The joy of being a therapist is multiple, but one of the things that really stands out for me are those moments where we find ways of synthesizing information about what happened in the past and what's happening now, and finding points of connection that the person can't see themselves, what I call an aha moment, where we sit there and we go, oh, that's why it makes sense. Suddenly the pieces fall into place. And the joy on someone's face and the relief when they realize that, oh, that's why I do that, is one of the most rewarding parts of being a therapist. Well, I use a blend of different therapies depending on the client and depending on the need. But one of my strongest practices is acceptance and commitment therapy, which is a mindfulness-based therapeutic approach. It's sort of like the modern version of cognitive behavior therapy, which has come out in the last 10, 15 years. And it's all about living in the present moment and accepting that there are emotions that come with living that are a natural part of daily life. And some of those are comfortable, some of those are uncomfortable. So it's about learning how to manage our lives in such a way that we can not exacerbate the distress and navigate more flexibly and freely through our life without creating more discomfort than we need. Sometimes we can get caught up in thoughts that make things feel harder than they seem or make things feel bigger than they seem. And so our job as psychologists is to help navigate that journey more easily by being able to support ways of managing our thought processes, our sensations, our emotions, all of that, and our behaviour as well. So I'm also a trained family therapist. So that's about looking at the person in the context of the systems that they're a part of, and that can be the family system. It could be a school or an organisation as well. So it's always looking at the individual in the system that they're a part of and understanding how their relationships also influence their thoughts, their feelings, their behaviours, and how we can interrupt patterns in relationships and get things functioning better so that they can feel more comfortable in their lives, improve their mood, and improve the way they communicate and connect with others. One of the key areas is what we call performance psychology. And performance psychology is a domain that really looks at a whole range of factors that influence a person's performance. If we look at optimal performance, which is what we're aiming for, there are a number of factors in terms of our thinking, in terms of how we relate emotionally to a performance. There's a whole range of things that we can look at to improve someone's performance. A lot of it is about mindfulness, so I draw on acceptance and commitment therapy. Also, some elements of sports psychology are relevant in terms of goal setting, in terms of motivation, those kinds of things. But really what I bring most, I think, is a mindfulness-based approach. In order to perform effectively, we really need to be fully present in the moment, and we need to be able to move away from any distractions that are not relevant and really enjoy our performance and bring all of our senses into the mix so that we can really engage in the performance fully. Initially, my interest in psychology was probably as a teenager with literature, reading about people that had various challenges and how they navigated those in life was always something fascinating to me. So I tended to lean towards fiction that talked about that, not knowing that I was going to become a psychologist at that point. And I think it was the blend of science and creativity and communication, all of those things I think I'm strong at. And I think I realised that it was a vehicle that would allow me to have a meaningful career that would make a difference in people's lives, which was important to me. But psychology, I think, fits the best for me because it really blends an ability to communicate and connect, but also an analytical mind that you bring to the table to put all these pieces together and find a way of how they connect. I would say do it. Yeah. And even though it feels vulnerable and frightening to pick up that phone and the idea of talking to a stranger and opening up about some very personal issues can be daunting, The feedback I've got from my clients is that the relief that they feel at the end of that first session is immense. Just being able to actually get that out and have someone make sense of it with you and help you learn some skills or strategies that can assist you in navigating life differently is a very powerful experience that can be quite life-changing for many. And why not? Because don't we all deserve someone that can support us? As human beings, we all need connection, and relationships is a big part of where we heal. And therapy can be that safe, secure space that allows us to truly be authentic in a way that we may not be able to do in other parts of our lives. It's a different relationship than anything else that we have. There's a level of intimacy that's different than anything else. And it gives you permission to just truly be yourself and explore aspects of your experience that you may never have spoken to anyone about.